Welcome and welcome back, Better Karma Podcast family, to another lovely episode for our monthly wrap up. Yeah, this one actually might be a little bit shorter than normal, but that's fine. Still grab yourself a drink, a snack, a pen, some paper, so you can write down the books that we talked about in case you want to read them. And if you're interested, go ahead and stick around. All right, you guys. So, of course, we're going to start off like we normally do with our stats. So, Elizabeth, go ahead and let us know what your starts are.
Okay. So this month, the beautiful month of February, I read a total of 6 books, totaling 513 pages. That does not sound like a lot because it isn't. Because I had 53 hours and 17 minutes of listening time. Okay, yeah.
I'm doing this because I finally taught Liz how to do the hours things, and now she can track her
Yes.
time.
So, and I see it as, good time. Good time
Yeah,
use. Because I'm multitasking.
right.
So it took me an average of 5 days to finish a book. Pace was medium for all my books. My top 3 genres were dark, tense, mysterious.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you added to that. You contributed to that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, hold on. I'm wondering what. So 33% of the books were between 499, and because it was inaudible anyway. And then 67% were under 300.
Mm-hmm.
Audiobook length, 33% were between 8 hours and 16 hours. And 67% were 16 plus hours. All of my books this month were nonfiction, meaning I did not meet my goal to read a nonfiction this month. It's great. My top 3 genres were horror, fantasy, and erotica. Thank you, Collette.
You're
And,
welcome.
and my format was really that print one has to be wrong because I didn't read any print this month. Another failed goal for the month of February. It's fine, guys. So
Progress.
I would say 67% were audio and
Mm-hmm.
33% were digital. All my books this month were in English. My goal is to change that by the end of the year. My average star rating was 4.5. I have 2 3.5 stars and 3 5-star books this month. I know. It was a
I'm
good
confusion though.
month.
You said you read 6 books and you only rated 5.
It says 6 reviews. Oh, 4 5-stars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just remembered 3. I don't know which other one I rated 4 stars, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. Those are my stats. Collette, what are your beautiful stats?
All right, so my stats are I read 6 books, just like look at us, both of us reading 6 books, girl. Totaling 1,997 pages and 4.1 hours of read time. It took me an average of 3 days to finish a book. 40% of my books were fast, 60% were medium paced. 20% of my book pages were below 300 pages. 40% were above 500 pages, which I couldn't believe it. And then the other 40% is between 300 to 499 pages. My audiobook length was below 8 hours because that's where I was. February was a lot for me. All fiction because it's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
My number 1 genre, do we know what that is?
Romance,
Of
fantasy,
course,
romance.
romance. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 other genres, literally all at the same space, which are dystopian, thriller, science fiction, mystery, and contemporary. That's
Melting
what
pot this month. Good
Mhm.
job, Collette. You said
you
you
know,
want to dabble out. Good job. Good
you
job.
know, I try. Format. So 17% print, 17% audio, and 67% digital. And my average star rating was 3.92 stars. And let's get into our books. Elizabeth, let's discuss your first book.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the first book that was picked. I read that was picked by Collette.
This is for an upcoming video, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I read this book. Oh, you want to know what this book is about, guys? I got you. I mean, not that you would be surprised being that Colette's the one that recommended this, but let me tell you. Ready? Working the graveyard. Oh, wait, my glasses before I F this up. So anyways, yeah, this is for an upcoming video. Let's see. All right. Working the graveyard shift at a roadside diner, Willa Grace has grown numb to her dead-end life. But everything changes the night she discovers something monstrous has been watching her every move. The creature that emerges from the Appalachian darkness is massive, predatory, and utterly inhuman, yet his touch ignites a hunger she never knew existed. Night after night, their encounter grows bolder, more dangerous, as Willa Grace discovers the intoxicating thrill of surrendering to something that could destroy her. In the darkness between fear and craving, she'll discover that some hungers are too powerful to resist.
Doesn't it sound great?
Yeah.
What's the title?
It's called Sweet Azalea by Adrian Blue. I rated it 3.5. It wasn't bad. For what it is, it was good. It wasn't bad. It was good. Yeah.
Okay. We'll get additional thoughts in our later video. Well, let's go ahead and take a look into my first book. Which one do I want to talk about first? You know what? Let's just start from, what's it called? Chronological order. First book I read was titled Demon's Dream, An Unexpected Love by Elle, Kayson. Let me tell you something.
Tell us.
This book is about this man named Demon. They call him Demon because he's a contracted murderer, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Dream is a woman that is forced into a sexual contract.
What are they? An escort contract?
She's not an escort.
Oh.
Okay, let me give the story. Demon is a contracted killer. Okay, her daddy run guns. You know what that is? He traffics the guns. That's that guy. He sells them. He's that's what he does. That's how he makes his money. She went to college. She learned how to create shell companies and things like that. And so she helps her dad look like a legitimate business, but that's what they're doing. Okay. He's in partnership with this drug dealer. And the drug dealer was trying to marry off his daughter to somebody else to like merge families as cartels, I guess. I don't know, whatever. But the drug dealer's daughter was in love with Dream's brother, right? So they ran off and eloped and got married. And because of that, he was like, I need a daughter for a daughter. She gonna have to hoe it out for my brother, Demon. And they agreed to it. Now, I just want to point out, why would you do that? Because it's a book and they're misogynistic. Grow up. It's fiction. Anyways. So then Demon and Dream get together and it's such a lovely time. Also, both of them need therapy. I thought it was just him. She needs it too.
Most of the time.
I just, I gave it 3.75. The only reason I gave it a 3.75 is that was a book that was over 600 pages, 700 pages. And it was over 700 pages because not only are we learning about Demon and Dream and their love story, we're also learning about her sister and her sister's man's love story. I don't care. The book is called Demon's Dream. Why does the sister and her love life take up any type of space in the book? I felt like that could have been a separate story.
Probably.
There we go. That's my first book. What's your next book, Liz?
My next book is actually a classic. It was accidental. I did not pick this because it was a classic. But anyways, it's called The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a translated book as well.
Yes, but I read it in English because who knows? I think it's Polish.
Yeah.
So this is a horror, but it's not like spooky horror. This is like ewy horror, in my opinion. Let me read you the synopsis because I don't want to talk about this because this also is for a future video. Yeah. So, as Gregor Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams, he found himself transformed in his bed into a gigantic insect. He was laying on his I'm just going to keep him on for the rest of the video. Mm-hmm. Okay. He was laying on his hard, as it were armor-plated back. Okay, I see what they did there. I see what you mean, Collette.
Okay.
I see what you mean. Okay. You want to know what we're talking about right now? You don't know? We have no context clues? It's okay. Watch the video when it comes out. Thanks.
Just like that.
Okay. Okay, so let me try that sentence let me try from the beginning again because, okay, as Gregor Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams, he found himself transformed in his bed into a gigantic insect. He was laying on his hard, as it were armor-plated, back, and when he lifted his head a little, he could see his dome-like brown belly divided into stiff arch segments. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I need to read the rest of the synopsis for you to know. So that's what this book is about. I rated it 3.5 because it did keep me intrigued enough to finish the book. Mm-hmm. You can tell that this was written further back. I didn't know it was translated, but it makes so much sense now with the book. I enjoyed it for what it was. Not my typical horror. And I have to remind myself that when it comes to these.
Don't beat yourself up because you picked it and you wanted to read a classic and you ended up reading a classic.
Look at my subconscious just coming through. Taking care of me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's my book. Collette, please.
My next book that I read was Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. This is a new adult book. Here.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Side note real quick. I have to realize, as much as I complain about the YA, I'm still not that far ahead emotionally. Because I love a new adult. And they're like, I don't know what, 18 to 23?
Right? I say 26 tops.
Yeah. Like, I love a new adult romance. Like, the kids is like, shut up and go home to your mother. So, but new adult romance, they're in college. I ate it up because this is my first time reading an African author that isn't writing fantasy. And she's writing about today. They're in college. They're attending a university in England. And she knows all of the Weismandem, as they call them, or as the Jamaicans call them, but they have a huge Jamaican influence. Like a lot of the vernacular that they use. I was like, Jamaica, is that you? I was unaware how much influence Jamaicans had over their language. Like I guess within the Black English community, I should say. So a Weisman, in case you don't know, is a F boy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What is it again? Say it again. Oh, sorry, guys. Waste man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the F boy.
And
so our female main character, because I don't ever remember people's names, our female main character thinks she knows about this new guy that's on campus, and she has a radio show, and she does this thing where she empowers women to not fall for the lines and to be able to identify when a wasteman is approaching, how to navigate that. to take their power and be like, you two are a part of whatever relationship it is. They don't get to control everything and hurt your feelings, which I like. And so there's this new guy that comes in and she thinks he's a waste man and he's really not. And they develop a relationship and it goes from there. They both have their own backstories about why she has that radio show and why he comes off as a playboy. And you discover that along their journey. I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I ate that book up.
Okay.
I ate it up. I thought it was fantastic. So there you go. Honey and Spice. And also, another note, I read it because everyone kept talking about Sweet Heat by Bolu Babalola. That's the second book. She wrote this book 5 years ago. It was a standalone and they loved it so much. They were like, can we get it? So she went back and wrote another book. So now I'm going to read that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to read that one.
Yeah.
Just for that alone. I
literally got a physical copy and put it on my what do you call it? Trophy.
Where'd you get it? Oh, that's not. Okay.
I got it on Book Outlet for $7.
Just so you guys know.
And it's hardcover.
Book Outlet has sales. I don't know how often.
All the time.
But it's $5.99 books. I'm talking about special edition, signed, hardcover, paperback, a whole bunch, a plethora.
Yeah.
Of books.
Literally, me and her were talking about it. I wanted to read The Pet Sematary by Stephen King. It was on sale the other day for $5.99. I'm like, Stephen King? I've never seen a Stephen King book sold for $5.99.
I love that man and everything he's created, including his son. Thank you. Thank you for gracing us with such entertainment. Thank you.
So that's my second book. What's your next book, Elizabeth?
My next book, which I forgot I rated this 5 stars, and now I'm like, duh. But my next book is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson.
I have that.
Yes. I really enjoyed this book. This is a horror thriller. Now, it follows a teenage girl. She's still in high school, a high schooler. Older high schooler, and her mom, it's her mom and her brother. Her mom recently went through a divorce, but not recently. Her mom's divorced. Her and her father have a really good relationship, and she recently got remarried. Marigold is her name. She goes by Mary.
Okay.
So anyways, her family, her mom marries this white guy, and she's an artist, is like struggling a little bit because there was an incident that happened with Mary and funds are tight. So she applies for this thing.
Something ship.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And what it is that this huge corporate company is trying to rebuild this neighborhood. So they're offering these houses that for artists to come and live in without having to pay anything so that they can work on art to contribute, if that makes sense. So when they get to this neighborhood, everything is burned down, like burned. Like there was a fire, the house is caught on fire, but some of them are standing, they're boarded up, and they're fixing, these are the houses they're fixing up. Now, across the railroad tracks, across the tracks on the other way, there's a neighborhood that's, it's predominantly black or all black. And so we know where we're going with this.
Sounds a lot like Black Wall Street, but continue.
It's like that meets Get Out.
Oh.
Yes. That's what I
That's not how you described it. So now I'm even more mature.
That's how I should have described it. So they're in this house. The workers won't even stay long in the house. They've been through 3 construction companies trying to fix up this house. You're not allowed in the basement. So, of course, the girl wants to know what's going on. I'm not going to tell you. Read the book. But spooky, horror, thriller, a lot of stuff comes to light. And this is why I gave the book 5 stars. The way this book ended, I called Collette. She didn't read the book.
Yeah.
She hasn't read it yet, but I called her. I was like, I need you to stop. I need you to go read this book because I need to talk to somebody about this. I need to talk.
That's not what she said, y'all. Let me tell you the way Liz told me. She said, Collette, what are you reading? And I don't remember what book I was reading at the time. She said, great, go on your Kindle and download White Smoke.
I need somebody to read it. I need somebody. So if you're watching this and you're intrigued, please read it. I need somebody to talk to about this, because I looked on Storygraph for like a buddy read or read along, see if anybody was talking about it. Gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So that's one of my 5 stars. I forgot I rated that one 5 stars. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I ate it up.
I got it, girl. Let's download it. I'm gonna get to it.
What's your next book, Collette?
My next book. This is for Elizabeth. You ready? Can you take a guess?
No.
Alien Storm by Ursa Dax. What is this book about, girl? I don't know. It's 13 books in. Shit. The aliens and they hunching. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. And I'm gonna continue reading them because they bring me joy. I just want to point out, Liz read the first book. She'll tell you it's not just about the hunching. These books are funny.
No, they're hilarious.
And these books are funny as hell.
Even the hunching, it's not, and it's comedic. It's not anything like super saucy where you're like, oh my God, what did I just read? No.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Laughing. It's the books. I'm gonna read more of them. As much
me and this maid was cracking up because they introduced like this different alien species on the same planet that the first aliens didn't know about, and they were having sex. And me and this man was like, what the hell?
For real, like you, Ursa Dax, we need to sit down, ma'am. Like,
listen, I have questions. I really have questions, and it's not even. I don't know how well thought out this interview would be, but if you would just allow me to pick your brain, I enjoy it every single time.
My first question is, do you do drugs? Like,
you know what? I support it if these are the books I get. I'm cool with that.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my third book, Alien Storm. What's your next book, Liz?
Okay. So I had to dabble back into one of the authors that Carrie put me onto through Collette. Of course, I'll give you some credit. But no, seriously though, I appreciate Collette tremendously for being my middle person between me and Carrie.
I appreciate Carrie for reading all genres.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So I went back to my girl T. Kingfisher and I read Sanke-eater. Now, I listened to it. I tried listening to this book, I think back in November, and I got like maybe 30 minutes in and I was like, I don't know, this isn't doing it for me. But this just goes to show you that sometimes a book, it's not your time to read it, because I went back to this book, rated it 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book. Follows this young lady who is going to this town to go visit her aunt. She left her boyfriend, partner. She left him and she has a lot of social anxiety. So she has a dog and she gets to this town and they don't even have house numbers. The towns are named things. Okay. So when she gets there, she goes to the post office because she has the postcard from her aunt. She's like, I'm trying to visit my aunt. And the lady's like, oh, honey, I'm sorry, but your aunt passed away. If I would have known she had family, I would have contacted you. And she's like, oh, and she only has like $27. She has to feed her and this dog. The lady's like, oh, no, don't worry. You could go stay at your aunt's house. It's not a big deal. And she's like, oh, my God. Anyways, she goes and stays at this house. This house is called Jack Rabbit Hole. And there's a creepy doll in there that's called the Roadrunner. Now, this is in the desert, so there's Roadrunners. First of all, this book, I did not know Roadrunners were as vicious as they can be. Not that they're out there poking eyeballs out for people. That didn't even happen in this book. So that's just where my mind goes when there's like a fast ass bird with a pointy ass beak. And I've watched Looney Tunes, okay? Wile E.
Me.
Coyote. Yeah, he did it for me. Okay, I'm not messing with the Roadrunner. Anyway, things start to happen. She learns about gods that she didn't know about. She's basically rebuilding her life here, and it's just a beautiful story. The story of her finding herself in this town along with this crazy ass shit that's going on. Perfect for me. I loved it. Ate it up. Ate it up. Ate it up. 5 stars. Collette, what's your next book?
My next book is What Do the Lonely Do for Christmas by Kyiris Ashley. Sure. I'm sorry. I know I said that wrong. It was straight. I saw it because I thought it was a pretty cover, so I went and got it, and it was less than 100 pages, I think. So I read it. It follows this lady. She's like 41. She was my age. Yeah, she's like 40, 41. And her kids can't come home for Christmas, and she gets snowed in. So her friend, they get snowed in. So her best friend is like, F that. You're not going to sit in the house all sad because your kids can't come home. Because one's in college and one lives in New York working. And she was like, we're going to go to a party. Goes to a party, meets a guy. He's like, let me handle you for tonight. And she's like, okay, cool. I need my back crack, right? They wake up in the morning, snowed in as well. So they're stuck together. And then they live happily ever after. This book. It was great.
Okay.
What's your next book?
My next book, drum roll, please. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Am I saying that last name right?
Weir.
Mm-hmm. So this was Colette's top book of 2025. Mm-hmm. Now, when she read the book, I heard about it throughout the rest of the year. I heard about it. At the end of the year, I heard about it. After the new year, I heard about it. Mm-hmm. I used a credit on this book, and let me tell you how I
know Liz was sick of me. I feel like I hounded you to read like some other Black authors and other books out, but this book, Project Hail Mary, Elizabeth, did you read it yet?
Relentless. Relentless. Anytime any type of space talk came up, you should read Project Hail Mary. Oh, there's a movie coming out, Project Hail Mary. Oh, did you know that Ryan Gosling is in Project Hail Mary? So I used a credit, and I got the book. Mm-hmm. Not disappointed at all. This book, I'm talking about when I finished this book, I don't think this was my first sobbing book of this year, and not sobbing in a bad way at all whatsoever. These were
beautifully done.
Sobs of joy. Pure golden tears of joy were coming out of my eyes when I was on the phone with Collette. This book, amazing. Amazing. Follows a guy who wakes up on a spaceship, has no idea what he's doing on this spaceship. He has 2 bodies next to him, dead. Has no idea what's going on, no memories. Things start coming back to him. He has to figure it out. Then he remembers that the sun is dying, which means the earth is dying. And he's out there trying to save all of humankind. How does he do it? No idea. You're just going to have to read the book. And when I tell you, read the book, Collette, what do they have to do?
You read the book.
Oh my God, that book was amazing. 5 stars, Project Hail Mary. And I'm talking about, I came home and I told my husband, I was like, I need you to do me a big favor. I need you to go into Audible and I need you to listen to this book. Has he done it yet? Probably not, but I still recommended it. You want to know what to read? Project Hail Mary. Don't ask. Yeah. I'm a Collette now. Did you read it yet?
This month was my pick for my siblings book club, and I was like, Project Hail Mary, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, I think they should all read it, all of them.
Fantastic.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, because they were like, well, isn't that movie coming out? I said, no.
Don't
go ahead and read the book first. Mm-hmm. The narration was top tier, by the way. I don't know who the
my God, amazing.
narrator's name is. Excellent.
Ray Porter.
Excellent. I might go look at other books that Ray Porter narrated.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, no, tremendously. What's your next book?
My next book is Kingsland by Kevin Hart, Dwayne Alexander Smith, and Charlamagne the God. This is an Audible original, so free on Audible Plus if you have Audible. And this is set in the future. I don't know. Anyways, the US, I keep saying they. We're in the US. So the US, they finally passed this act called the Reparations Act for Black Americans. Built this place, this island. It's off of the US, but it's its own republic. Like they don't follow US laws, none of that. But all the Black people, well, not all the Black people, they wanted to make sure Black people had a place to live that was their own. Not like Africa, because a lot of people will say, well, why don't you go back to Africa? Because Africa is still controlled. In case y'all didn't know. If you ask me, it's extortion, but I digress. Anyways, I'm just saying, you're telling me that I'm a republic, but I have to pay you to keep my republic. Is that not extortion? So they build this place. It is the safest place on earth. They have a lot of big brother camera thingamajiggies. They can see anything, anywhere, anytime, all of that.
Like 1984. George Orwell.
As far as surveillance.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They wear a wristband thing. That's your identification. Very high tech, all of that. They have the driverless cars, so there are no accidents. Like, even the white people trying to get in there. Yeah. Even white people trying to get in there. Like, why don't we have that? Top tier. 4 deaths happen. But there's nothing on camera. They don't know what's happening. How is that happening when you have surveillance and you can see everything? But there's nothing to show. So they call in one of the top FBI researchers, agents, whatever, them. And it's a Black man. They allow him citizenship into the country. He is married to a Hispanic woman. They have a biracial child. And so when you go there, they have this thing called nons, which is a non-Black person. And for them, it's the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So the lighter skin you are, it's like, ugh, are you mixed race? Like, Prejudice. Thank you. So that also is a factor into that story. I enjoyed it. I give it 4.25 stars. He's trying to figure it out and everything, but like, it just made me think. I was telling Liz about it. It made me think that for people that was trying to get away from the prejudice, the racism, and all of that, for you to then build something and uphold that in your own way, it makes you think, like, do you really need something separate, or does everyone need to collectively work to get along and have enough space or enough room for everybody? That was my takeaway from it. But I enjoyed it overall. The mystery thriller aspect of it, I didn't care. I ain't gonna be honest. I don't think I'm a mystery girly. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna keep trying. What's your final book, Liz?
So Collette told me, she's like, did you know that this author released a book? I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know. Let me look at it. And I was like, 700 and something pages. I don't know that I'm going to read. I'm not there right now mentally. Like, I'm not going to do it. Then, I don't know what got into me, and I got the book on Audible. Mm-hmm. What book is it? King Sorrow by Joe Hill. Some of you might know. Some of you might not. I love Joe Hill. And if you didn't know, he is Stephen King's son. Great writer, both of them. Joe Hill. Horns, haven't read it? Read it by Joe Hill, Horns. You want a creepy, scary book? Ghost Story? The Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. So let's get into it. King Sorrow. Follows a group of friends. One of them, I don't remember his name. And I should. Arthur. So Arthur works at the library, and they are in Maine. They go to Rickman College, and his mom is in jail for murder. I don't remember if it was murder, but I think it was manslaughter because the way that this happened was like a freak accident. And his mom is also like not a pastor, maybe, but something along those lines. Anyway, so she's in jail, and while he's visiting there, there's a confrontation between another member's family and his family, and they go to school together.
Okay.
So outside of this, let's just call them the bad people, threaten Arthur's mom. They're like, hey, here's what you're going to do. We need some money since you work at the library and you have access. We know you have access to the highly protected books that they have there because he's in the process of transferring the information to make it digital. So he has access to all the really old books that they keep locked away. And they're like, you're going to steal some of those books and bring them to us so that we can sell them for up to, and I don't remember the amount. They had to make a certain amount. Or we're going to kill your mom. So they do certain things. And one night when they're all hanging out at one of the other kids' houses, the kid's uncle was like a celebrity kind of thing, and they have a lot of money, and he has a lot of ancient, like old artifacts, and they're all playing with these artifacts, and they're like, oh, well, you know, my uncle said that there's this thing where you can call a dragon to help you. Well, that's exactly what these idiots did. They smoked some crazy type of weed, and they summon this dragon, and this dragon's like, you know what? I'm going to help you out. I'm going to take care. You guys tell me who you want me to take out, and I'm going to take them out. And on Easter, you guys have to deliver, like, I'll take them out on Easter. So it happens. Everything's great. The dragon comes, takes out the bad people, and then he lets them know, I'll see you guys next Easter. And they're like, wait a minute. What do you talk about next Easter? He's like, oh, you enlisted my help. Now, every Easter, I need a name because he feeds off of the torment, the physical torment that he gives people, and then he devours them. He eats them. He kills them. So,
like a excuse me, like a succubus.
Kind of, but he just really eats them. Like he has fire. He's a real dragon. Like,
got it.
You know, flies. So they're like, wait, what are we gonna do? They're like, well, you know, it's not a bad thing. Like, don't worry about it. We'll just there's plenty of bad people in the world that we could give him every Easter. So they're like, every year we'll switch off on who picks and all of that. Now, as you know, when there's a lot of people involved with one thing, it's that, what is that saying? A lot of hands in the pot type of thing. Struggle for power, you know, who watching back. There's a lot of so Arthur is not an internet type of dude. And I believe it starts off in the 70s and it follows them all the way until they're like, yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. So it's all the friends. Super good. I probably butchered all of this, but throughout the time, like you would expect, that type of power could get to some people's heads. So Arthur is off to try to figure out how to kill this dragon, but he's like his own smartphone. Like the way he studies, he's just naturally, you know. So this book is that, plus the inner workings of the friends, and it was crazy. Very well written, because you could, all the stuff that happens, and it's so easy to follow. And just it was amazing. I'm sorry if I butchered this, y'all. I was just excited. Yes, I was so excited to talk about it. Colin is the friend. Colin Wren is the wealthy friend. So yeah. And it's crazy. And they're like, oh yeah, you know, they're like, in the book, they were responsible for Osama bin Laden's death because they picked him. And it's just a book as to like when a human is given the power of a god, like how it can go many different ways.
You
Okay.
used the credit?
I used the credit. It was worth it. I loved it.
Okay, you.
I don't care. I wanted
Okay.
that. Yeah. It won't be on KU long. I looked at all his books that are on KU. There's not many.
Yep, I just downloaded it.
It's so good. It's so good because you see, like, there's always more to his books. Like, it's not always just like I'm scared.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it.
Mhm.
I loved it. And I rated that 5 stars. And that was my final book. Collette, what's your final book?
My final book is Daggermouth by H.M. Wolfe. This is my first 5-star book of the year. This is actually 6 stars.
She did say that.
6-star read for me. I ate this book up. Now, my job interfered with me being able to read it as much as I wanted to. That's another story for another day, how I feel about jobs. Anyway.
I did not hear from Collette for 2 days. I had to call her. I'm like, Collette. And she's like, I'm so sorry, but this book. And I caught her at the end of the book. And she was like, I don't know. I don't know. And I had to let her go. So I lost contact with her because of this book.
Yeah. So this follows Shadera, who's the FMC, and Grayson, who's the MMC. This is a dystopian world, and you have boundaries. So it's set like in a ring. In the middle is the heart, and then the second ring is the cardinal, and then the outer ring is the boundary. And essentially, the rich they hoard everything, and the further back you are, the less you have. And you are not allowed to fall in love with anyone outside of your sector. That is literally death. Grayson is the executioner. So literally every day he gets up in the morning, they televise it to all of the rings in the circle, and they show people and be like, you're executed for this, you're executed for that, you fell in love with this person, why are you even, he reads off their, what do you call them? What's the word?
Last rites?
Not the last rites. Their list of
duties, commandments,
the things that they did wrong. What's that?
Grievances.
Your crimes.
Criminal record.
He reads off their crimes, and then he asks them, "How do you want to die?" So they can say, I want to do a hanging, I want to drown, I want to be shot in the head, whatever. They choose how they want to die, and they do it. Usually, they just say bullet to the head because it's quick, fast.
Yep. Yeah.
So the heart, they wear masks. These are the elite people. You've never seen their face. Even when you're home, you have your mother, your father, and your siblings. Your siblings don't even know what you look like. They always wear masks. So you can identify the mask because your mask is always the same, but you've never seen their face. Okay. Now, Shadera gets a contract to kill the last heir because he had an older brother. The older brother died. A Daggermouth killed her. She is a Daggermouth, by the way. Daggermouths are contracted killers. She just like demon, as a matter of fact. So she gets a contract to kill Grayson. So she is the best at what she does. Okay? Can't nobody touch her. She makes it into the heart. You can't get into the heart. There are so many checkpoints and all of that. She gets into the heart. She gets into his apartment. They fight, but he's a fantastic fighter. And it's the cockiness with which they both think they're so great. So when they're fighting each other, you're in their brains and they're like, damn, you know how to fight. The fuck? Like they're both having the same thoughts about each other and they're upset that they didn't just win the fight. So because they're fighting or whatever, and he takes off his mask because she finally gets the upper hand, and he takes off his mask. He's like, do it, because he doesn't want to be a killer. Grayson is like, I'm done with this. It's a lot on my soul. I'm killing people because you fell in love with someone. Like, what does that have to do with us? Mm-hmm. And he takes off his mask, and that's when security breaks into his apartment because they heard a kerfuffle. And they make him get married. And the story progresses from there because you're not allowed to take your mask off. So why would you show your face? But his mother, who is married to the president, wrote a loophole in that, like, in case something happens, like if you're in a fight and it falls off, you didn't actually take your mask off, but because you can only show your face to your spouse.
Now you got to get married.
Correct. And then so the president is like, oh, we can spin it and say that we're inviting the boundary in and, you know, whatever be the case. But the story progresses from there. There is a lot going on. I'm butchering this, but there is a lot going on and I really don't want to give it away. Do you know how many times my mouth hit the floor? I told Liz something that was happening at the end of the book, and I was like, Liz, this is what happens. And Liz was like, that's effed up.
Yeah.
And that was just one thing.
Absolutely.
It is available on Kindle Unlimited if you want to read it. 6-star read. And the way she wrapped up that book in 30 fucking pages, oh my God. Yeah, read it. That's all I got for you.
I think we had a good month.
Absolutely. I agree with that statement. So those are our books, you guys. Let us know below if you have read any of them, if you agree with any of our comments about these books. And let us know what your top read is for the month of February. As always, you guys, we appreciate you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and we will see you in our next video. Bye, guys.